Was goody YTBC? Was good fight fans, boxing heads around the world? Beat Marsh with another boxing video. So in this day in boxing history, the body snatcher Mike McCallum defends his WBA light middleweight strap against Donald Curry. All right, so Donald Curry's attempting to beat Mike McCallum. Mike McCallum at this juncture of his career is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I think he's about like 31-0 with 28 KOs. You know what I mean? And Donald Curry, I think, is about 27-1 at this juncture of this fight. His only loss had come to Lloyd Hunnigan at welterweight. You know what I mean? And at that particular time, what's his name? Donald Curry was the undisputed champion of the world. You know what I mean? He had the WBA belt, which was his first world title, which he won a vacant title against some I forgot the guy's name, Jungwak, some Korean guy or Asian guy. You know what I mean? And that was a vacant title that was left behind by Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? When Sugar Ray Leonard had first retired, you know what I'm saying? And that WBA belt was the one Sugar Ray Leonard had beat Tommy Hearns for. Okay, and he had the IBF belt. Donald Curry had the IBF belt when he beat by decision in their second fight. He fought Marlon Sterling. You know what I mean? Marlon Sterling from Connecticut. You know what I mean? A guy who was who's been a welterweight champion at WBC and WBA before. You know what I mean? And then Donald Curry had the what was left? WBC belt when he beat Crunk Jim, a guy from the Crunk Gym by the name of Milton McCory. You know what I mean? He got him out of there. Donald Curry got him out of there in 2 rounds. You check it. So that's how Donald Curry became the undisputed welterweight champion, the first champion to have all 3 belts. And, you know, the guy was, at that particular time, he was ranked like the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. You know what I mean? Donald Curry was a bad man, you know what I'm saying? Them fellas was undefeated, you know what I mean? And the man, Mike McCallum, basically was a WBA champion when he beat the guy named Sean Mannion, you know what I mean? He beat him for a vacant title that was left vacant by Roberto Duran, you know what I mean? Roberto Duran was actually supposed to fight Mike McCallum for that belt, but he decided to vacate it, and he went to fight. Duran went to fight Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns and Roberto Duran had basically frozen Mike McCallum out of the picture. They didn't want to fight him. You know what I mean? It's basically like how Leo Santa Cruz and what's his name, Carl Frampton, how they fighting each other and freezing Guillermo Rigondeaux out of the big money fights. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want no parts of him. So rather than Frampton and Santa Cruz face Guillermo Rigondeaux, they'd rather duck him and fight each other. Well, the same way went for Donald Curry and excuse me, not Donald Curry. The same way went for Tommy Hearns and Roberto Duran. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want to fight Mike McCallum. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCallum was a guy who used to train in the Crunk Gym in Detroit with Emmanuel Stewart. You know what I mean? And he was supposed to be in line to fight Duran, because Duran had just beat Davey Moore for the WBA strap. You know what I mean? Davey Moore had beat Ayub Kalule for that particular WBA strap, and Ayub Kalule was a guy who Mike McCallum was the first dude to give Ayub Kalule his first loss. You know what I mean? Ayub Kalule is a guy also known for when Sugar Ray Leonard challenged himself and went up to junior middleweight, and he beat Ayub Kalule for the belt. I believe he knocked him out in the 9th round or something. So yeah, that's how basically these two guys got here. You know, the man, the body snatcher Mike McCallum from Jamaica, the first Jamaican world champion. He didn't get no fight with Tommy Hearns and Duran, so he fought Sean Mannion for the vacant title. You know what I mean? So this man Donald Curry basically lost all his titles. He lost all three of his titles in one night on a spectacular upset. I believe it was out in Atlantic City, New Jersey, when he lost to the Ragamuffin man, the Jamaican English guy. What was his name? Lloyd Hunnigan. You know what I'm saying? Lloyd Hunnigan beat the man for a vicious upset. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the man lost all his titles. And after that particular fight, Donald Curry moved up to junior middleweight. You know what I'm saying? He claimed that he had weight issues making welterweight. He had a lot of distractions, managerial distractions, loss in the family. A family member passed away in his family, so those were his excuses for losing to the Ragamuffin man, Lloyd Hunnigan. You know what I'm saying? But he fought a couple fights at junior welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Won both of them. Guys were trying to headbutt Donald Curry all day, every day, because I think that's what they saw the man Lloyd Hunnigan doing. You know what I'm saying? Getting away with some headbutts. So I guess they thought that was a way that they could beat the man Donald Curry. You know what I mean? And this fight happened in July 18th, 1987. The man Sugar Ray Leonard had already fought Marvin Hagler for the middleweight title, and as soon as he did that, as Sugar Ray beat Marvin Hagler, the man Donald Curry, he sued the man. He sued Sugar Ray Leonard, man, because, he said that Sugar Ray Leonard was giving him bad advice and basically was trying to cheat him and give him the wrong advice to stay away from guys like in the junior middleweight division, like the Tommy Hearnses, and also the middleweight division. You know what I'm saying? Because Donald Curry wanted to step up in weight and fight all the big money fights. And Sugar Ray Leonard advised him not to, especially Donald Curry wanted to fight with Marvin Hagler. And the man that was advised by Sugar Ray not to. And Sugar Ray, he himself went out there and fought the man Marvin Hagler in a big money fight, a super fight, you know what I'm saying? A big money fight, and he beat him, and Donald Curry felt some type of way, like he got basically duped by Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, like I said, the man Donald Curry had two fights at junior middleweight. Then he got to fight the WBA World Super Welterweight Champion, and that's Mike Mccallum. You know what I mean? So man, this fight was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Basically, in the first round, it was basically like a kind of feeling out round. You know what I'm saying? Both guys were seeing who throws the better jab. You know what I'm saying? Both guys were basically trying to feel each other out, you know what I mean? In round two, Mike Mccallum was throwing them body punches, man. He's the body snatcher. That's what he's known for, you know what I mean? He was throwing left hooks and uppercuts, you know what I'm saying? He was basically winning the round, you know what I mean? But he gets caught by the best punch of the round by Donald Curry, you know what I mean? A right hand wobbles the man, Mike Mccallum, you know what I'm saying? And, that was a particular round I gave to Mike Mccallum, but he kept having his hands low, and he paid for it, you know what I mean? Round three, Curry is now beginning to land them same right hands that he did in round two, you know what I'm saying? Often the man Mike McCallum's left hand is too low, and he was now beating Mike Mccallum to the punch, you know what I'm saying? He definitely had the faster hands, you know what I mean? He had the faster hand speed, of course, coming from the lighter weights. From welterweight, you know what I'm saying? And he was also going to Mike McCallum's body, you know what I mean? He was giving the body snatcher a taste of his own medicine, you know what I'm saying? So in that particular round, I gave it to Donald Curry, you know what I mean? Round four, the man Donald Curry's left eye begins to swell, you know what I'm saying? He's getting caught with some shots by Mike Mccallum. Mike McCallum's a little bit more active. He's missing more shots than Donald Curry is. Donald Curry was definitely more accurate. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely landing at a higher rate than Mike McCallum, you know what I mean? And but the man Donald Curry, he was definitely more creative with his punch variety, you know what I'm saying? He was throwing hooks to the head, throwing the right hand, using his jab, also going to the body. You know, so in that particular round I gave it to Donald Curry. So that's 4 rounds in, and I have it a tie. You know what I mean? I had Mike McCallum winning round one, um, Mike McCallum winning round two, um, Donald Curry winning round 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? But round five is definitely where the beginning of the end occurs. You know what I'm saying? The man Mike McCallum is now going to the man's body. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Donald Curry is feeling those punches to the body. And Mike McCallum throws a right jab to the stomach. I'm sorry, a right hand to the stomach. You know what I'm saying? To his side. You know what I mean? The man Donald Curry drops both of his hands, almost something similar to how Amir Khan and Canelo fight happened. You know what I mean? And he dropped his hands, and he ain't see a leaping left hook from hell that the man Mike McCallum threw that floored the man, you know what I'm saying? It floored the man, had that man, Mike McCallum, on the canvas looking like he was in the Jesus posture, the way he was on, like he had been crucified, you know what I mean? He had both his legs crossed and his hands wide open, you know what I'm saying? He ain't see that punch. And I think it's fair to say in Donald Curry's career, man, he was quite a chinny guy, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know if anybody wants to dispute that. I could say he was definitely a chinny guy, you know. I mean, Mike McCallum was a good puncher at this juncture of his career. He was 31-0 with 28 KOs. But that left hook was something serious, man. It's probably going to be coming up soon on the film footage, man. You know, it's probably not as clear as it should be, like HD. But you should already know this is a 1987 film study right here. This is a film from back in the VCR days, you know what I mean? I think the punch is coming soon, y'all. You check it. You know, that right hand was landing often from Donald Curry, you know what I mean? The right hand, you know, he had even got wobbled in the earlier rounds, you know what I'm saying? It soon come, it soon come. You check it. There you go. There you go. Look how that man is on the canvas, dogs. The man looked like he dead, almost like how Deontay Wilder caught Spilka. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. He tried to get up at 9. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have his faculties together. You could see the man is wobbly, got the spaghetti legs. You know what I'm saying? A one-punch knockout from the body snatcher. You know what I'm saying? One of the better punches, actually, you will see in when it comes to elite level boxing. You know what I'm saying? You know, on this type of level, it's hard to get a knockout. You know what I mean? Two elite guys getting a knockout, it doesn't happen often. But this is one of the better knockouts you will see from two elite guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, the body snatcher, definitely, this was a fight that definitely put him more on the map, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of the biggest names on his resume, knocking out the one Donald Curry, you know what I'm saying? The body snatcher, you know, he was a three different division champ, you know what I mean? He was a champ at 154 junior middleweight. He was a champ at middleweight, and he was a champ at light heavy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't get a strap at 100 and what was it? 168 super middleweight. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's this fight in boxing history, June 18th, and I think this is a significant fight in boxing history, simply off the fact that, you know, Donald Curry was that dude. And Mike McCallum is a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? And this was his first fight that basically, you know, put him into stardom. Not stardom per se, but basically let the world know that he is definitely a top pound for pound fighter in his time, you know what I'm saying? And it was a great victory for him, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think about this fight and about the body snatcher almost decapitating Donald Curry. Let me know what you guys think about this fight, and if you like the video, hit that thumbs up and please subscribe. Alright, y'all, be Marsh Boxing. Peace.